For me, growing up, Buddha was almost my buddy. Places where I would go as a child for picnic or to play soccer was places where Buddha was born, where he gave his first sermon. You know, the beginning bells and the beginning chanting is something that used to float into our lives every morning, every afternoon, because next to our house was this huge temple. So to me, playing this piece, it's like sharing my childhood. When I was asked to write a piece about Buddhism, I thought about Ashoka because the way we know Buddhism today is credit to him.
King Ashoka, he waged a lot of war, and the last war that he waged killed about 110,000 people.
After this great, brutal war, he goes out into the battlefield days later, seeing all these dead bodies and all the suffering at really his wishing. And he has a cathartic change of heart and converts to Buddhism and is really one of the great missionaries for early Buddhist transmission around the subcontinent.
So the piece actually starts with him already being a Buddhist and ends with the war.
I must say I've never played a piece for this instrumentation before. Your ear can go in one place and focus on one percussionist and one instrument, or you can listen to a totally different part and it'll have its own intricacies involved. But what I love about King Ashoka is how the grooves and rhythms come together.
Sandeep comes from a strictly oral tradition where he's heard his lessons since he was a young musician. There wasn't a textbook to go home and cram from.
I didn't go to a school of music or a conservatory of music. I went and lived with a guru. So I spent 12 years and learning everything orally. It's more like knowing the soul or the essence of that piece rather than just reading the notes. Of all my pieces that I've composed for the Silkroad, this is my first piece that's completely notated. When I handed them sheets of music, I have never been more scared in my life. Yet when they started playing it, it was exactly what I had in my mind. So my heart, my soul was suddenly coming live through their playing. It can't be easy for someone who's fought wars, conquered, and become more and more powerful to suddenly overnight turn into a Buddhist or a follower of peace and love, you know. So how do I bring that out? To me, I love this segment where the cello has a big solo because it feels very heart-wrenching. It's very crucial, you know, like the transformation of this person, King Ashoka. And the percussion is the various battle scenes.
I think it's something any great dancer or musician knows, which is you gotta keep the pulse. Everything has a beat. There's breath and there's a heartbeat to everything.
I love the interplay between the four percussionists. There are a lot of subdivisions of rhythms. We have to listen to each other in a way that's different in this piece.
You take off and you're going different speeds and going different altitudes, and then you hope that you land in the same spot together. It's exciting.
I think everyone involved in the ensemble has a desire and a need to learn from each other, and the excitement and the inspiration that the artists draw from each other and from their audiences result not only in beautiful music, but you feel very connected to that musician, to that tradition, to that country, another part of the world.
You know, when I first joined this ensemble, I joined it as a very proud Indian musician, very proud of my culture, very proud of my heritage. But when I started playing with this group, I suddenly realized that nothing that I thought was only mine is actually only mine.